Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuzz here, and in this video, I'm going to give you a simple 3-step guide on how to clean and organize your bank. And now this is going to work even if you have a super messy bank, because in this video, we are actually going to be using my bank and cleaning my bank as an example, which you guys have pointed out on my streams, on my videos, is absolutely disgusting. It might be the worst and the messiest bank in Runescape. There are things from 8 months ago from videos. It is absolutely disgusting. I'll show you guys in a minute. But if this guide can help clean my bank, this guide is going to help you clean and organize any bank, because I don't think any bank can get worse than mine. So if you like videos like this and you want to progress your account, make sure you hit that subscribe button, as over 70% of you actually aren't subscribed. That's a lot of people. So let's see if we can get to 40K subs anytime soon. And thank you guys for all the support recently, and let's get into this guide. Alright guys, so here we are in RuneScape, and I'm going to be showing you how to clean and organize your bank while we do mine at the same time with 3 simple steps. So let's take a look at my bank first, and then we'll go into the first step. So here's my bank. As you can see, I made it kind of long ways so it's easier to see in this video, but what is this stuff? We have some mango seeds, got an extreme magic Tudos, got some Equa leaves, have a gate key here. What do we got down here? We got some Zygamite fruit. I mean, it is just as random as pirate bandanas, a rusty sword. If we move on, here's my gear, not as bad. Supplies, we have, loot tab. Here's my spare potions tab, like odd dose potions. We have a raw cod here. This cod has probably been here for years, and I feel weird if I remove it. A bronze sword. I mean, I think most people have a bronze sword in their potions tab as well. And if you don't have a raw cod in your potions tab, you probably should add one. Treasure hunter tab and random stuff tab, 5 gold ore in here. Yeah, it is just, I mean, I don't even know why this tab was created. I honestly have no clue. My bank is one of the worst, so we're gonna clean it starting with step 1. Alright, so step 1 might be the most time-consuming step, and that is to remove all junk from your bank. Now, there's a few things that can actually help with this, and you might even make yourself a little bit of extra money that you didn't know you had. So, like I said, this is probably the most time-consuming step. Your bank is probably going to have a lot of junk, just like mine. You definitely want to go and turn your placeholder mode off, because if you're taking out junk, you don't want to create placeholders for this. And of course, you'll want to note things as well. So as you guys can see, I have a lot of stuff that is it's just not stuff I need in my bank. I don't need 2 region bracelets in my bank, don't need 107 teak planks, I don't need dust runes. It's going to be pretty simple to take out stuff that is tradable that you don't need. And if we look here at just like this random inventory I took out of tradable stuff, we have like 10 mil in just this random stuff. So I would recommend being at a GE and just essentially taking out all your junk and dumping it in the GE. Now, if it's something that's, very cheap that isn't going to sell, you can always drag it out and destroy it. But this is probably the most, the most simple step. Might be the most time consuming, but it's also, the easiest step. I'm sure you guys know this. You got to get rid of all your junk. I like starting with cleaning the junk because it makes organizing a lot easier when you kind of just get rid of a lot of stuff that you don't need in your bank at all. Now, if it's something you do want in there that you're keeping in there, or you're using for a specific tab, then by all means just leave it there. We're not going to do any of the organizing yet. But I'm starting with 0 GP in my cash pouch, and I'm very, very curious how much GP we're going to have in there when I'm done cleaning out all this junk. I mean, with the first inventory being like essentially 10 mil, I think we might make a little bit of extra money that I didn't even know I had in here. All right, so here we are, guys. It has been around, I think, 30 minutes or so. Let me actually check. Actually, I can't check. It's been around 30 to 40 minutes, and we have actually cleared up around 500 bank spaces. So this is how our bank is looking right now. As you can see, it is looking quite a bit better. So we have cleared up cleared up quite a few bank spaces, around 500, and we've made 91 mil from the stuff that we cleared out. But now it's actually time for step 2. So after you clean out your junk and you get rid of a bunch of stuff, step 2 is to start condensing, and there are a few useful items and places you can use this. So first off, you want to go down here to the filter and you want to go to cleanup. And now I don't have that many in my bank, but this will essentially show you things that you can get rid of that you can go get back. So for instance, May's Quest Caravan is a great place to get rid of a lot of quest items that you might want back later. So like Darklight, I can do this, destroy it, it's gone with one click, but I can just go to May's Quest Caravan, which is in Varrock, and get it back whenever I want. Here we have Diango items here. So like Magic Golem outfit, I can destroy that right now, save some bank spaces. I can also destroy these masks, which I don't use very often. I will have to actually pay to reclaim them. As you can see, it shows how much it costs to reclaim, but that's okay with me. It's a very small price, and I'll be saving some bank spaces. I can destroy that. Then we have these lucky items, which I really have zero use for, so I'm going to get rid of them. But if you need them, you can reclaim them. It does cost quite a bit to repair, but for me, I do not really need those. So the cleanup filter down here is absolutely amazing. And if you want, you can click over here and you can go and access all your items here, like your holiday items, your skilling outfits, everything from the bank. So if you want to take stuff, so you don't have to run and go all the way there. If I want to go and let's say I need, I don't know, I want to get back one of my skilling outfits, I can just go here and be like, retrieve all, I want my magic golem back, and there it is. And here it is again, and then we can destroy it again. So it's really handy and a really nice feature. So make sure you do that. You can do that as part of the cleanup. But as for condensing, we have some items here that can be used for items that you actually want to keep in your bank, but you just want to save some spaces. So if we go back to no filter, this is something that's plaguing my bank because I haven't completed them. I probably should, but all these little shards that you get from skilling, combat, that type of stuff, these little guys, I just have not used them and completed them yet. As you can see, you can combine these to make certain capes. So as you can see, we can take this one and combine them. And as you can see, we now have a support hood. Now, if you don't have all the pieces to make what you want, there we go. We have our support cape here. So we can essentially do that, and there we go. You want to open your expert skill cape bag. You want to check it, and you'll see here it shows the capes. But if not, you can fill it with what you have and then kind of check. So as you can see, I guess we do actually have all of them here. So we can go and make them ourselves. But if you haven't, this is a nice way to essentially do that. So that's one way that you can kind of condense down some items and save space. So another one here is the clue carrier. So this thing, the Karos clue carrier, you can fill it up and we have all our clues in there. Now, if we do have a clue that's active, we cannot put it in there, but we can have all our clues and our caskets in here, which is nice, which is going to save you quite a bit of bank space if you're somebody who has or does clues very often. So that's a good one. I will leave a link to all these in the description as well on how to get them and stuff. I also, in my bank, have these totems, and these are from Anachronian. If you don't have the full totem, it can be kind of annoying to have these all in your bank, but there is also a totem bag, so we can fill that up. And you can see the totems that we have, what we have only one piece of and stuff. So that will save you some space as well. And then finally, we have the gizmo bag, which you can also put gizmos in too. You can put that in the gizmo bag and save some space, and you can unlock more here, as you can see. If you manufacture the higher version of this bag. So yeah, that is another way to save some space. There are also some others that I don't have, like the spirit gem bag that you can actually put the spirit gems in that you buy with Thaler. There's things like the seed bag as well. I have my gem bag here. So there's a lot of different ways to kind of take some of these items that you want to keep and condense them down and save space. So that would be step 2, is to try to condense some of the stuff you don't want to just necessarily sell or get rid of. And those items items can be very, very useful for doing that. So once you're done with this step, the final step of this is to organize. So like I said, once you have all your junk out, you're happy with the items that you have in your bank, you like it all, then you want to create tabs, and you want these tabs to essentially hold certain sections of your stuff. So for instance, I have a gear tab up here. I also have a supplies tab. So these are supplies that I'm actually using currently. They will be like the full dose supply. So I'll have my 6 dose spiritual prayers, all 6 doses of my familiars, my incense sticks, my food, basically everything that I use to boss in this tab right here. So I can easily see like, oh, hey, looks like I'm low on Viswax. Let me go buy some. So that is essentially what this tab is for. Then I have a loot tab. Now I could save a lot of bank space if I just sold off a loot tab, but as you can see, I have plenty now that I've actually cleaned my bank. So I personally really enjoy having a loot tab and building it up. So that's what this is. This is my odd dose potion tab. This is where basically all the little tiny odd dose potions will go, and then eventually I'll go and decant them. That can also be down to condensing. So I could take all these restore flasks and essentially condense them and make the 6 dose and save a good amount of bank space there if I want as well. And then treasure hunter tab, because there's so much stuff from treasure hunter. A lot of this is skilling as well, brawlers, basically anything miscellaneous that kind of has to do with that stuff. And that's basically what my bank is. And then the main tab is just general stuff, general usage stuff. I will have to actually organize this. So that's what we're going to do next. You're going to want to try to organize your bank, and I'll basically show you how I do mine. All right, so right here, you're seeing me organize my bank, and essentially the process I go through is I leave the tabs how they are, and then I kind of drag items around to make it look nice, things that go together. And if I see something that actually fits in another tab, like I am here with the teleports fitting in the teleport tab, I will drag them to that tab while I'm kind of organizing the main tab. So essentially we go through, we organize the items, and anything that's out of place or belongs in a different tab, we'll put in there. And then once we get to that tab, we'll organize that. So we sort of work in a top-down scenario. This is how I do it. If there's items, like a lot of items like those brawlers that will fit in the, skilling treasure hunter tab, I'll go and grab those and put them all in there. And we'll sort of just work our way up and down. Alright guys, so just very quickly here, I'm going to show you guys the finished product here. So this is our bank. So as you can see, the first tab we organized, this is mainly just stuff that I want to keep that doesn't really have a spot in other tabs. So we have like Vital Spark stuff, we have Spirit Rubies, I've got Cash Pile here because it just reminds me of, it's kind of nostalgic to have your Cash Pile as your first item, Golden Party Hat, things that I just don't want to get rid of, like rubber turkeys and stuff like that. So now we're going to be moving on to the gear tab, and in here I try to essentially organize it at the start from item slots. So we have necklaces, rings, then we have capes, pocket slot items, then we have weapons that are kind of miscellaneous like planted feet or flanking or just random switches that I had from back in the day, but I don't want to necessarily just get rid of. Then we have our gear sets. So we have melee range magic with the boots and the gloves, and then I essentially have our weapons here, our main weapons, and then some like budget gear that I use for videos and random items like that. So I think the gear tab looks pretty nice. Then I decided to make a teleport tab. I didn't have one before, but after seeing a lot of items that I had that didn't really have a place for them, I thought it would be good to make this tab for when I go clue scrolling or whatever. So this is the teleport tab. Then our supplies tab did not really change at all. Essentially, it's the same stuff, but I'll just top up on these later. Got rid of a few things. And then the loot tab, which I organized it. I put a lot more stuff in there because I had loot floating all around my bank, which cleaning out the junk really helped with that. And yeah, this is our loot tab. Looks pretty nice. I always like having a loot tab. And since we cleared over 500 bank spaces today, I'm not too stressed about having a big loot tab or anything. Then these are our odd dose potions. And I, of course, had to keep the raw cod because, I mean, come on, guys. He deserves to live. He deserves a good life. He's going to be right here forever. And then we have just a treasure hunter tab with a bunch of things like the proteins and stuff. So honestly, I'm very happy with how this turned out in a little over an hour. Now the real problem is going to be trying to keep it clean. So if you guys notice my videos, my bank's getting dirty again, make sure to yell at me in the comments. But yeah, that's my real issue. But hope you guys, if you clean your bank along with me during this video, hope it's looking nice, looking fresh. And yeah, I enjoyed making this one. Subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video. It helps get it out to more people and lets me know that you enjoyed it or it helped you out. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.